we're gonna make root beer floats, and then we're gonna make Faygo floats, and then we're gonna eat.
Yeah.
Story time. I was at work, and I bring groceries outside for people, right? So I was doing that, and I was bringing them out for this old lady, and of course I asked, "Hey, how's your day going?" Right? Because that's what you do, because you don't just walk out in silence. And she went, "Oh, it's actually been terrible." And I went, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that." And then without me prompting, right, I was going to move on to the weather because that's the next safe topic. She goes, "Yeah, my husband's in the hospital and I don't think he's going to be coming home." So I just start, profusely apologizing and like telling her how bad that is and how I'm so sorry and like that's and I hope her day gets better. I'm just rambling because what do you say when she says that her husband's dying and he's never going to come home again and that she's at the grocery store? And then she didn't tip me. So okay, this other time when I was working, I was walking out. This lady with her groceries, and we had a little chat, whatever. Got to her car, put her groceries in her car for her. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then she went to give me a tip, right? But then she's like, "Oh my gosh, I have no cash." I was like, "No, it's okay, don't even worry about it." And then she's like, "No, I have something." And then she started rummaging around in her trunk. She pulled out this little plant, a fake plant, and the pot was like a little cat. And then it had like a fake succulent in it, and that is now sitting in my car, and it goes on the front like dashboard of my car, and it'll be there forever and ever, and it's the best tip I've ever gotten. Issa doesn't have a job.
Yeah. One time this guy was like following me outside of Chipotle. Yeah, I guess I'll say that.
Yeah.
So one time I went to Chipotle with my friend, and before I like saw her, like, because I got there before her, but I was walking to her car, and I was walking like alongside the cars, and there was this guy, like this old guy. He wasn't like old, but he was like older than me, like a lot older.
Like what age range? 30s?
I don't know. Like I actually don't know. I
like older than 30s or younger than 30s?
What do you mean? He was like 25 to 45.
Okay. So I guess 35.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, and then he asked me. He said something, and I didn't think he was talking to me because I just like looked around and I was like, And then he was like, "What's your name? What's your name?" And I was like, sorry. Like, and I was like, bye. And then he's like, "Oh, you're like, you must be meeting someone here. Like, you're too pretty or something." And I was like. And I didn't girl on a lesbian getaway. I just didn't know what to say. So and then he was like, "Yeah, you must be meeting someone here. Like, what's your name?" And I was like, "Sorry, I'm meeting my friend." And then this is like creepy though because he was walking and I turned around for 2 seconds, like, because my friend and I like looked at her and I was like, "Let's go." And then I turned around, nowhere to be seen. Oh. He was disappeared, like literally gone.
He was disappeared.
That was scary, and I thought he was gonna like come for me, but
he probably was gonna come for you.
This one time, this guy told me that he was gonna get back with his ex. He told me that. And I still like was talking to him after that. He told me when he was really drunk. He was like, "I think I'm gonna start talking to my ex again." And we were literally talking. And I was like, "Okay." Did I cry? Yes. Did I also stay talking to him? Yes. Also, he tried to get me to fight his ex too, the same one. I don't know if I'll put this in, but I found out that one guy that I talked to a really, really long time ago, I was telling a story, and I was telling it to like new people. This girl goes, "Oh, do you have a picture of him?" Because I was like, "Oh," I was just saying something about him and someone was like, "Do you have a picture?" I pull up the only picture that I ever have of him, a screenshot that my friend sent me. I show it to her. She goes, "That's my cousin." Oh no. After I shared with her a lot of details.
Yeah.
Also this one time, no, I can't say that.
This one time we went to Wendy's and we were in the drive-thru line and we're like parked up, right? Because they were taking forever, so we were just sitting there. And in front of us, there's like drive space, and then there's a grass patch with a light pole. And by this light pole, there's just a man sitting there with a plastic bag and a large bottle of some kind of liquor. And he was like shouting something, and it kind of seemed like maybe he was rapping or trying to sing.
I thought what he was holding was a microphone because I didn't have my glasses on, and he was holding this thing, and I thought he was like singing. I thought he was singing in a microphone,
but it was just a really large bottle of liquor. And he was like dancing around, and then he was like starfishing, and so now we call him Patrick. Anyways, we pull up finally to like the window, and I was like, "Do I say something to these people that there's some guy dancing and
crawling on the ground?" And like, also, it's like 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Yes. So we talk to this lady at the window, and I'm like, "Hey, so there's this guy, and I don't know if you guys have seen him or if someone else has told you, but he's like clearly out of his mind somewhere or another, and he's like dancing and stuff over by the light pole." And she and the other coworker who comes up behind her, they both go, "Oh my god, he's back."
One time this is so embarrassing. Last year, some like 7th grader came up to me and Lily, and he goes,
when they were juniors,
he goes, "You guys are 8th graders, right?" Top 5 most humbling moments of my life.
Top 10.
I can hear you go.
Yesterday at work, I was talking to my boss. Hey,
Can I have
Joe.
more ice cream?
Hey, Joe. How you doing, Joe? Hey, Joe. So I was talking to Joe, and he just, out of nowhere, we were completely silent, actually. And he just goes, I had to make 2 pizzas yesterday. And I go, oh? Why'd you have to make 2 pizzas yesterday? And he says, because I bought and prepared too many toppings. I go, well, then why don't you just add the extra toppings to the 1 pizza? And he said, well, then because there'd be more toppings than pizza. I went, oh, well, we can't have that, can we? Also, I was helping fix a display for donuts, and
I love donuts.
some guy put mellow as the flavor on the donut bot. I was like, oh, it probably just stands for marshmallow. And he went, did you know marshmallows are actually called marshmallows because they come from a plant, so they're called marshmallow because of the plant? And I go, no, Joe, I didn't know that. He goes, yeah, it makes more sense why they have marsh in their name, right? Okay, on to our next item. We got another kind of ice cream. This, if you can guess the flavor of this ice cream, you don't have to buy it. Ta-da! Blueberry blend. We are doing Faygo floats. We
What
have
does that mean?
rock and rye Faygo. We have cotton candy Faygo. Firework Faygo.
Of course. Why would we not?
So- Here's.
It's really soft.
It's disgusting.
It tastes just like yogurt, and
It
I don't
tastes
really like that.
Like a berry go-go squeeze.
But like, why is there also no flavor at the same time? Like, I feel like it's really, really.
I don't like it. It reminds me of preschool.
So, what do you think it means if someone called me 8 times and then said, "Never mind, you're not needed anymore," and then a month later says, "Yo, where do you live?"
Mind you, he's been to the house.
Yep. Yeah. So he's actually been at my house before, but maybe he was too high to remember. No one knows. He also made sure to tell me he was with his girl at the time, so that's good. A week later, calls me 5 times during class. He said, "I'm stranded. I don't got no gas. I need money," as if I would give him money. I would not, because we haven't talked since last March. Sends me a video of him and his friend at the gas station. Somehow, between them, they have no gas money.
Somehow.
He calls me an hour later, 3 times. Yeah. What do you guys think that means? Let me know in the comments down below.
What do you
I'm really
think?
confused. What do we think it means if a guy and some girl, I don't know her, but like they talked on and off for 3 years?
Some girl.
What do we think that means? I would never do that.
No.
That's so weird. Who would do that?
Just some girl.
Yeah. What do we think that means? Because I'm confused.
Would ever
Who
do that?
with any self-respect would ever do that?
Well, no one with any self-respect.
Oh.
So.
attention
So
to what
I
you're
added
doing.
all 3 flavors of Faygo to the blueberry ice cream and grab your straw.
You know what that reminds me of?
Nope, and I don't wanna. Yeah, I can't.
It's not good. The aftertaste.
What is it?
What do we think it means if a guy was like talking to some girl, I don't know her,
Some
but-
girl.
and he was saying, "Hey, so I can't do a relationship right now. Like, I just want to be friends." And then I was like, "No, the girl." And then the girl was like, "Oh, okay." They continue to talk, but less friendly than before. And then he says, "Good night, love you."
Oh, good.
And the girl was like,
Right.
"Night," because she thought that he had maybe said it to the wrong person. And then he said, "I would never say that. I still want to talk to you." Is this gaslighting, yes or no? It doesn't have to be anyone specific.
Specific?
It doesn't have to be anyone specific.
Doesn't have to be anyone specific. I can't say it either. Doesn't have to be anyone specific.
It doesn't have to be anyone specific. My voice is so deep.
Not really.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, that's all. Bye. Bye. Leave. Oh my god, just get
Why is this a problem every single
Literally,
time?
this is a problem every single time.
Are you serious?
Actually, you can just go. Like, the video's over.